Hello, everybody. All right, here we are. We're back. Exciting day. How are you, Franco?
From Epic. Long day.
Oh yeah. Sorry if you want to repeat that because I just saw that you were muted. Now you're all right. Go ahead.
I had the last. I heard myself saying from Epic. That was the last
Yeah.
thing. So I was saying that I had a long day watching Epic's live streams today about the release finally of L 5.6, which brought in insane changes to
Yeah.
what I mostly do, which is metahumans. So we'll have to wait and see what else.
All right. I wanna play a little bit of a game with you today because I was not so impressed, and I believe that you were mostly impressed by it. And I want to play a little bit of like devil's advocate in this case, like good cop, bad cop, something like that, right?
All
Um,
right.
because I think my thinking. So before, because I'm gonna be like the negative guy in this conversation, I want to start with something that I don't think is gonna be controversial at all. But I think that we have peak Unreal right now. I think that in the relationship between new features and the amount of work that you're going to have to put into the engine right now, we are at peak, right? We have diminishing results from now on. And it really shows. I think that everything that was originally intended for Unreal Engine is like quite done. I believe that there are certain things that needs to be like tweaked. I think that there are a couple of things with Nanite, as we saw in the initial video, with the initial live stream, where they were talking about the last enemy to be defeated. That is foliage for Nanite for foliage, right? We still haven't figured out yet the translucent nanite, and I think that that is a thing that it's also on the way. I don't think that it's gonna be like a tough thing to actually beat down. But I think Lumen is ready. Lumen is in its final form already. They just fixed out like the new things about Lumen are that now the ray tracing engine that lies within it, it is ready for action. Like now we have fully diffuse reflections and refractions out of hardware ray trace, and I think that that is okay. And that is really planned for newer versions of consoles, and it it should work well in PC, but it's really pointing out of maybe 9th and 10th gen of whatever is going to come on consoles. But what I want to say is that they didn't actually, in the actual initial thing, they actually said a bunch of stuff that are going to happen and they're going to be really good. But it really took me back to our last conversation where we were talking about the future of Unreal Engine, how many years Unreal Engine 5 has ahead of it. And I think it's even closer. We actually said that maybe 2 years or something like that. And I don't think it's going to get to 2 years. There are a few meta messages in the whole presentation that I was like, this is weird. They were saying things like, yeah, and we want to have these ready before Christmas. And I was like, but why? You still have like a full year of development, right? Because if you are going to be launching 5.7, it's going to be around this time next year because it's always like that, right? It's like 1 year, in between each version, more so, right? And they were like, yeah. And by the end of these, and they were putting like names like 5.6 plus. And I was like, yeah, so it's not going to be in 5.6, but you're saying that it's going to be ready before the end of the year. And I just remember that Unreal Engine 5 was announced at the end of a year. So what if? What if we're going to have the announcement of Unreal Engine 6 preview, right? Like what we had when they released the Echo in the Valley of the
Valley of
Ancient,
the Ancients.
flying and all that, stuff. I think we're going to have something like that because we were, attaching everything that we know so far with the Lex Friedman interview, where Tim Sweeney was saying like, yeah, like the only thing that we need to actually, like engage Unreal Engine 6 is multi-threading for most of stuff, and now they have it. The first three things that they were talking about were about having simulations and having like the clock simulations from Siri in The Witcher 3. It's multi-threading. They actually
Witcher
said it.
4.
Yeah. And they also said that the new animation thing that is going to be running, I can't remember the name. It's like the mass, but for animation. And they say that it's also running multi-threading. So and it's not ready for 5.6, that's for sure. So my thinking is maybe before the end of this year, we might have a bit of a surprise saying like, look what we have. Look what we actually got working. So
Maybe, yeah. The switch from Unreal Engine 4 to Unreal Engine 5 was actually 4.27. That was the last version we got. So it doesn't mean that we need to reach 5.9 to get to 6.
You know what?
And I also think that it's going to be sooner rather than later. I don't think it's gonna be the end of this year, but I think it's gonna be less than a year until we switch to 6. I don't think the switch is going to be as big as 4 was with 5 due to the existence of already Lumen and Nana. I don't think we're moving away from those technologies. I think they're just building on top of them. I think the next big iteration, and this was actually confirmed, it was suspected and maybe it was talked before, but what they confirmed today several times is that Unreal Engine 6 is actually going to be merging with UEFN.
Oh,
which is Unreal Engine for Fortnite. So that's a huge change, which it's going to raise a couple of questions. The first of them is, are we going to need to download both of them, even if we just want one of them? Are we going to need Fortnite installed, even if we just want to build metahumans for Unreal Engine cinematics? I am guessing that's just going to be extra things that you can download or not. And I am hoping, because I don't want to spend 180 gigabytes on just UEFN and Fortnite. So hopefully we'll see what happens down the line. And I think that's going to be the biggest movement of them all. And bringing in Verse into UE, because Verse currently only lives in UEFN, if I'm not mistaken. So bringing that one into the fold with UE, very interesting. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I honestly, when Nana and Lumen came online, nobody was expecting either of those, right? That was pretty much black magic when they came in. So maybe they're just holding on to something. They did mention a couple of things regarding AI. So AI NPCs for UEFN, which is very interesting. We've had the example with Vader the last couple of weeks with Fortnite. And it was a ride. It's very interesting. It's extremely new and experimental, obviously, and there were a lot of people making Vader say very strange things, but it was working, which was the incredible thing. He was actually reacting to things happening in the game,
punishing
not
people.
only interactions with the player.
Yeah, and actually punishing people, like people that were trying to maybe tell him to do like weird stuff. Like he was actually like, I have no patience for this kind of nonsense,
exactly.
and choking people and stuff like that.
Limits. So he would react that way. So very interesting. They are claiming that they are going to give the users the power to create this AI generated NPCs.
Oh yeah.
And my thought is that we will soon see something like Dash, the Dash plugin, living within Unreal Engine natively. That's my thought. That is what I think is going to be the next iteration of the big leap in the engine. Now, I don't know if they are going to outright buy Dash and just integrate it or create their own thing. They are pushing extremely into PCGs and PCG authoring, which is kind of the same thing. So I am not sure. But I don't see, obviously, again, with Nanite and Lumen, we didn't know that those were going to be the biggest leaps in technology in the last couple of years. So we don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. The big change on this one, for me at least, on 5.6, is metahumans. That's the biggest change of them all for me.
That's right.
The way the metahumans are now, first, for whatever reason, they decided to gift metahumans to the world, and they are no longer tied to Unreal
Yeah.
Engine rendering, which is insane. I don't know what are they gaining from this. And the second biggest change, obviously, is metahumans are now within the engine in the new ecosystem called Metahuman Creator, but inside Unreal, which brings a whole host of possibilities and problems. And thankfully, all the problems we've been talking about the last couple of weeks have almost all been solved, and metahumans now work properly with their outfits and with their clothing. And if you're mixing and matching different body types, so very happy with that.
Oh, yeah, and that brings me to a couple of things that you just mentioned, and I want to address that last one. I believe that it's our duty to be the hardest competitors from Epic or of Epic, right? Because the actual prices are too damn high. All right, like paying almost $40 for like a jacket and a pair of pants. I believe that is outrageous, and I believe that they actually set those prices. I believe that the actual quality is going to be amazing. I'm sure of it. That you're going to be able to actually see like every stitch, right, on those on those clothes and outfits. And we should actually show some of those. You know what? Now that we're here, let's actually jump here because these. We're going to be also addressing these for sure. But before that, let's actually come here, like discover MetaHuman. Look at this thing, like $29, $39 for a pair of pants, dude. This is really a bit salty. Again, I think that the actual quality is gonna be magnificent. You're gonna be actually see, like every stitch, like everything about it.
It looks like it's photo scanned, actually.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That
It might probably be.
yeah, and you know what? It's actually $80 for the non-indie version. So it's really, really salty. So my guess is that they're actually pushing it this way. You know what? These are not from Epic. These are from a dude. Like nice pictures. Oh, look at that! They're actually from someone. So I thought
so
that
what
actually.
they did was they clearly released 5.6 earlier to some creators,
My guess.
and then they all uploaded previously all of these assets. They were actually updating the Fab plugin before the state of Unreal today. So
Right.
I got all of these in my computer without knowing it. So if you check any of these assets and you go to the date they were published, they were all published today because that was the update of Fab
Yeah,
today,
here
June
it
the
is.
3rd. So all of these were preloaded into the last version of Fab, essentially meaning that they that's the one thing that's very strange.
You see?
The versioning of them is still saying 5.3 to 5.5, but if you go and check the one garment that Epic Games uploaded, which if you go back, it's like a yellow jacket.
This one?
No, it's free. You can price it for free, and you'll quit very quickly. It's the one,
this one.
on the that one. That is all of those are actually assets from Epic. And if you check the version on this one and you
6.6?
go down, it says supported versions 5.6, and it is the only version that this is being supported for logically.
All right.
Because this is a garment. This is something that you actually download and apply to your MetaHuman Creator window, not to a MetaHuman. It's a garment that will adapt itself, just as like the little yellow shirt that the blue shirt that we have already, and the little Andes.
Right.
This is a garment that goes into the MetaHuman Creator window right next to the wardrobe. So it's different from anything else.
All right. So this thing says that it comes in this MH package.
Yeah, I would download it from Fab inside Unreal rather than downloading it outside.
Because if not, it's going to be some weird stuff, right? So let me try. So let me just show you this.
Is
really
that
fast.
the Medic? No, that's not the Medic.
No, it's not. But
okay.
you can actually see that it's exactly the same.
Oh, okay. Very
I
similar.
actually.
I thought you had her already with all the colors.
And
whistles.
No, that's a thing that. Yeah, I'm after this. Very soon. Let me show you.
It's not gonna be hard to get her to wear that outfit actually.
Oh, not this.
She's on an 8 already. So.
Let me show you this because this thing, it is amazing. the way that these actually worked.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
Metahuman
exactly
identities.
the same. It's like the only thing additional that I did was that. So if I go here to neutral poses, you can see that I took one from the front, one from this
Yeah.
side, and one from this side. If you go
Yeah.
a little bit more skew to the side, then you're going to have issues with the curves. Like you gotta still, you cannot occlude the curves because they're going to start doing like weird stuff. That's the only thing.
There's a way of promoting certain frames to do certain curves, and you can turn them on and off. I never figured that one out, and I didn't bother because the ears, honestly, I don't mind them being perfectly aligned.
Right.
Just the frontal frame for me was good enough. But this looks, this
No,
looks
look
awesome.
at the ear, man. It's like,
It's 1-to-1, yeah.
yeah, the shape of the head, like the position of the eye, the lips, everything it's exactly to the pixel. It's amazing. Like this conversion to me was like very
Massive.
good. The only thing is that we don't have one of these for the bodies. I don't want to derail a little bit too much, but like we don't have one of these for bodies, and I believe it's like the next thing that we should. And you know what? They already had it. And they already have it right now. And they showcase it to us today, but they didn't because they can move like the body also. And do you remember the blue guy?
Yes.
He was actually moving the character with an external solution, right? It is not like the MetaHuman animator moving the body. It's like another thing that he added.
Yeah.
But he actually mentioned this full thing was full of meta messages, like everywhere. Like he actually said, like, thanks to you, Matt, and the MetaHuman teams. Now my blue dude is 100% MetaHuman.
Yeah.
So that means that the actual body, it's also was transferred somehow, right? So maybe they already have it, like in some future version of Unreal Engine.
Yeah,
Which,
and another thing that we noticed on that one is that he was moving around without any suit, and that animation was being live linked, translated to the character
right?
in Unreal.
I think that
So there is a full body solution somewhere on that stage
they mention it.
without any suits.
They mention it. It's a third party something that is
Okay.
like a live capture with one camera also, but it's not from Epic as far as I know. They actually
fair
said the name after it. We can actually search for it if you want. But they were like actually open. What was really hidden was like now my thing is like fully metahuman at last, right? So the actual body, everything, it's an actual metahuman. So my thinking is, he is now going to have like tons of, possibilities with outfits and accessories and all that kind of stuff for his character without having to, go through a gruesome, process of actually making everything work. So what I was going to do was go into Fab. Hopefully I'm logged in. I think that this is behaving lately. It's not kicking me out like every day.
It's better, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I
so-
noticed that too.
Here is my library and it should be here. So what if I click the plus and downloading MetaHuman Tetchwear outfit? And if this is correct, I should be able to actually open up a MetaHuman asset. And it
Yes.
should be beside the short and shirt.
It will not automatically, I think, unless they made it correct. If they made it correctly, this will install directly into your MetaHuman Core plugin, which it didn't. So it's not going to be there.
You think?
Yes. So one of those should be a garment, right? MetaHuman wardrobe.
This
the
one
on
is
the
an
right.
this is an outfit and this is an outfit. Oh, this
One is
a,
an outfit and the other one is a garment. If you look at the one on the right, I think it says garment.
no,
Yeah,
it says it's a wardrobe item.
Yeah. So the wardrobe is the one that you're going to drag and drop into your MetaHuman Creator window.
All right, let's go and do that. I want to see my contest with Kill Bill kind of stuff.
Yeah, she should be able to wear it. Exactly. Yeah. That's the
Alright,
whole
let's see.
idea behind this, is that these are now interchangeable. Now, how do you create a wardrobe? I have no idea.
This is the actual secret, right? Right now.
Yes.
All right.
How do you create like a the base shape, the base form for it to then be adapting to everything else, right?
All right. What do you think about this? This is really getting into my nerves right now. Every time I open up a MetaHuman, it's like you're low in video memory. And this is not pool. This is actually video memory. It's gone. And both of
Yeah, that's
us,
strange.
we actually have 12 gigabytes versions. And I'm running into this. And I'm running into this issue like all the time. GPU. Look at that. Yeah, that thing capped. 12 gigabytes
Is there
of
anything
memory.
else eating out your GPU?
No, no.
All right. Well,
It is just this. So now that I have this, I need to actually restart Unreal Engine. But before that, let's actually go here and let's look down there. It's not here. So what you say is that I should drag and drop this here?
drag and drop.
Is that easy?
Is it?
Oh,
I
look at
can't
that.
see.
Oh, yeah.
Did it work? It
Here we go.
did. Look at that.
Yeah, it's just drag
Now
and
it
drop.
comes to the important part. Does it work?
Let's see. And boom.
Oh,
All right.
it's
Now,
trying.
now we are in the actual issue that is on top of this one. So it applied both, which it
Okay.
should, right? But now the issue is that if you right click here, you cannot remove this asset. This is an actual bug right now. So if you double click on it,
It
Oh.
disappears. Yeah. So for me, it happened in a MetaHuman that I had created before release.
oh,
I
because
created
it
a new
also happened to
MetaHuman.
me. All right. So the new
that
ones.
click and unclick was working.
All right. All right.
I'm guessing we are waiting on shaders to compile, probably, right?
No, I don't think so. I
So
think.
why no textures? Might be because of the message on the GPU.
I really don't know. Maybe I need to actually download the texture source.
I don't think so. Those are for the actual MetaHuman, but
Just right?
maybe I don't think so. From what I heard today, the textures are just the facial, the skin, the face, and all
Right.
that.
Right.
It's strange that it wasn't compiling shaders, and the thumbnail also had the colors on them. So
Yep. You should never trust that an Unreal Engine thumbnail. That's for sure. No.
to be honest, the ones I was
Yeah.
getting today while testing Chaos Cloth were pretty accurate. No materials, and the fat one and the skinny one, they were both actually working correctly. So
All right. So no.
no textures, huh?
That is a bit
Close and
disconcerting.
reopened.
All right, Tetchwear outfit. Let's see if there is something here. Right now, Unreal Engine is really having
Struggling,
issues.
huh?
Yeah, I
Well,
think
you may want to close the MetaHuman Creator or at least lower its quality.
you know what? I'm gonna assemble it. I'm gonna risk it because if it crashes,
Just
if it crashes,
just gonna click boom.
we just need to actually restart it.
All
So
right.
it's all right. I just saved the actual MetaHuman. Oh, I didn't save. It's too late, right? Yeah, it's far too late.
Yeah, it's
I-
gone.
Hopefully, if you brought the outfit into the engine, it was saved. Nah,
That's not how Unreal works. Yeah.
no. So we are at the risk of really doing something really bad.
At the
Hopefully it's not gonna
verge
crash.
of collision.
Like it's actually working a little bit faster, the assembly,
It
and
is.
it's not fully capping your 64
Yes.
gigabytes of RAM. It's like it's passing 32 for sure, but it's not as awful as it was.
I was actually able to assemble a MetaHuman in a project where I was previously unable to do so. So it
Oh.
is, in some ways, it's working better.
All right. Let's see. So while this thing is working, I want to come here and actually, I can't remember if it was here.
That's the one I gave you just a second ago.
Yeah. He was actually talking about the new UI
Physics
UX,
controls?
and I think it's around here. No, This is.
English speakers, I apologize. Talking about it.
I'm gonna mute, and I want to see if I can find it because he was talking about UI UX, and he actually showed the top new menu, the viewport menu, the revamp of the, and he showed it on UEFN, not on Unreal Engine, and I was like on a gasp because
No, it's not. It's not this.
it's not this one, right? But
No, it
someone
has to be
actually
another
did
video.
that. Someone somewhere, I remember that he was talking about the new UI, and when he showcased it on UEFN and not on Unreal
No,
Engine.
this is just a couple of things, but no, he didn't never open UEFN on this one.
No. I know that it was not this one because it's that they only do this live stuff in like when he actually talked. Like the rest are like pre-recorded. That thing was recorded in UEFN. So
okay.
my thinking, as we know it, is that the actual merge of Unreal Engine 5 and UEFN is really close. To tell you the truth, it's right there. If you can actually pull a slide with UEFN and, nonchalantly say, and this is the new stuff in Unreal Engine 6.5, and, everybody should have noticed that, right? Like I was not the
I
only
would love
one.
to see that.
It is somewhere. Let me check. Was it here? I don't believe so. And it might be here. At some point, someone was talking about the new UI, and
The new UI things were, I think, in the final conversation. It was not in the first one. I think it was live stream 2 or
let's
3
see.
that I was looking at the end of the day.
So let's go live, and it is on live stream 1, 2. Where's 3? Oh, I need to
It's
go.
the first one. It's the first one.
But it says no. This is the one for tomorrow.
Oh, those
Day
are
2.
tomorrow.
So
They got rid of 3
day
already.
1.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's not here? Are you?
It's gone.
No. That's why it's not here. Oh, no. Maybe it's in videos already? The Witcher, made a human size real. Maybe here? Oh, it's in this one. Oh, yeah. Yep. So, yeah, this thing. Simplify UI UX. Was it this one? Nope, it was not this one. So this is another thing. Oh, well. Yeah, it's all right. Well, did this work? Oh, it worked. All right. I'm impressed. So
Yeah,
let's
it's working
actually
better.
go to content, MetaHumans, contest, MC. And yeah,
color, huh?
somehow, and let me save everything just to make sure.
We gotta check what went wrong, and I'm also very intrigued to know what the garment is in the actual blueprint. Is it a skeletal mesh?
Yeah, I think that is the new go-to. It's
And
gonna be
it's
an
called
actual.
skeletal mesh.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so
That's
they're
terrible.
not gonna have simulations as far as they are intended. I love these. You know what? I was actually checking out these feeds, and these are weird, dude. Like
Very small. For
when
her,
you see the actual contest bare feet in front of these, it's like two ships. Yeah, there goes up to here, something like that. They are huge, because she's really tall, so you would expect big feet, right? But no, it's like it's weird. All right, so I think I can fix this. Let's actually check out the. Let's
It would be
go.
great to check where the disconnect is.
Yeah. Oh, it actually assigned a world grid material.
Yeah, but the question is why?
So
Because from what I've
go
seen,
back
the
to
chaos
MetaHuman.
outfit
Oh no, it's
that you brought
in Fab. MetaHuman outfit.
that one works.
We don't know because the only thing that we have seen is
But the
the
outfit works.
thumbnails.
If you open it up, it works. That's what I'm saying.
Where? Like this one? You don't see it
No,
here.
the one on that one. Yeah,
This
the one on
one?
the left. Yeah. That's
Oh.
an outfit. That works.
All right. But
it has the mesh, the textures assigned to it, is what I'm saying. So why is it not assigning it as a garment? That is a big question. That's the one you want, the chaos asset, not the. There we go.
because this
What
one,
is this?
oh
my! How many? Why?
oh, you know why? And you were actually, because again, everything is a meta message in this presentation. Like they weren't too technical about some things, and we need to actually tie down a bunch of information here and there. Like I can't remember who was it because everything is like a blur. I actually watched them. I had to go and buy stuff and go to the gym, and when I went back, like 100 lives were already finished. So I actually watched them like back to back, like 2x. Someone said like, yeah, now we actually changed metahumans. They are new. They have more details. They have new meshes, and now we have the final 4 primal or metahumans. So that's why it's 4. Remember that the original have like A, B, C, D, E, F. Now there are only 4. There are 4 metahumans that are like the
mesh
base
imports.
metahumans.
The first node is a static mesh import.
Yeah.
Why 8 of them?
Because this is a static mesh.
It's LODs.
Yeah, but this is a static mesh. And they have 4 different sizes.
Right, but there's 8. Why 8?
Oh,
If there's only 4 bodies.
I think
Probably going to be the shoes and whatnot in the other ones?
maybe. All right. What is here? Yeah, the shoes.
Yeah, okay, got it. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay, yep, exactly. Okay, so 4 for the body, 4 for the feet.
Yeah.
And there's 4 for each because they made those 4 primal or prime metahumans. Those are the ones being used as reference for the outfit to create that garment that will be applied to any modifications that you make to any parametric body in a metahuman creator. Now, how do they do that? How do they use a reference to then match it to a disastrous, monstrous creature that you can create in metahuman creator? I don't know. That's insane because none of those references are bigger than the metahuman I created on my example that I sent you today. None of the references are bigger than that guy. So how does that work? It's just awesome.
I think it has. I don't think that they actually come to that conclusion. I think it was something of feeding a bunch of information, and the actual some kind of AI told them like, yeah, you just need these 4, and with these 4 you can actually catch like every main difference. Like my guess is that they started with only 1, and they realized that because maybe some distances between tight corners and stuff like that, when you try to blow it up, it will start maybe like mesh into it, like intermesh into it, and maybe when they tried it a bunch of times, they realized that if we just have these 4, if we go up to just these 4, we can actually make everything or almost everything work. That's what I think is the actual deal here. Why does this have so many materials? This is weird.
Compared to the original, right?
Yeah, the original has only 1.
Oh, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, it makes simply no sense. Like, what is this? Isolate? This is empty? Oh.
Yeah, it's broken. It did that to me too, so it is broken. Wait.
No, this is nothing. This is
none
nothing.
of them are
this is nothing. So my guess is this is the only one that we should actually assign. Maybe there's going to be one for the feet somewhere. So I'm going to do this. And the actual shirt work. So I don't think this is nothing. 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 Yep.
Yeah, nothing is going to be anything else because everything is painted now. So it was all assigned to the first one. So this is the problem,
This
right?
is actually broken.
It is. So it's spitting out a skeletal mesh that is not correct.
Yeah. And it's not awfully not correct. It is just partially not very much correct because what I can see here is that the first material is the only one that actually works or does something. And the other ones, but it's wrong. Like
It broke the UVs.
the UVs are broken on the pants
Yeah.
and the shoes.
And the pants and the yeah.
Yep. Because there is an actual material for the pants. So yeah, my guess is that the UVs are broken.
In the skeletal mesh that it spit out from MetaHuman Creator.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
the garment itself is broken. There's a problem in that translation between MetaHuman Creator and the garment that you download from Fab. At least on this one. Obviously, This is nothing that we can't solve by just using the actual original skeletal mesh or the outfit even.
Yep.
You could just open the outfit and the outfit will spit out a skeletal mesh. Now, a good question would be, if we open the outfit and we ask it to create a skeletal mesh, will that skeletal mesh be working correctly or
It should
will it
not.
be broken?
Yeah, for sure it's going to be broken. It makes sense. I think that by the time that things gets to the MetaHuman editor, it's already skeletal mesh, as everything else that is presented there. It just swap it and produce it and swap it as soon as you change the size of a MetaHuman. I don't think that there is chaos involved in anything MetaHuman editor-wise.
It has to be. How does it know? When it enters the MetaHuman Creator, how does it know what body type you're going to be sliding around? It has to be doing it live.
No, it doesn't. Well, yeah, of course, it is actually using it live. That's what I'm saying. Like, you actually produce the skeletal mesh as soon as you change something, because it actually takes a few seconds for the thing to change. It doesn't.
You think it's
grow.
constantly creating new skeletal meshes of the garment instead of just doing the final step in assembly?
I think so. Yeah, I think it at least it is
might be.
like
I don't know.
updating it. You know what? We are going to be able to actually check that out like right now, because if we jump into, let's jump here. MetaHuman. Nope. Let's go here and hit here. No, sorry about that. All right, now, so no, it should be here. Yeah, this is what I want.
Yeah.
So if we trace back, because we can, we should actually check out the. Oh no, we cannot trace back from here because there is nothing. Yeah, you cannot edit this. You can remove it, but you cannot edit this. So yeah. So we should.
It seems to be broken, huh?
Yep. A bit.
I just tested it on my end on my PC, and it's also
Doing the same thing.
adding the garment, and
Right.
it has no textures. So, and we can't actually use the outfit. You could. We could actually use the cloth asset. So you may want to open the cloth asset and see if that works on the MetaHuman blueprint.
Oh, all right. Let's do that. It may actually work even better.
Yeah, so you just open the blueprint of her.
Now we can add it right here.
You can add it there if you want to. Yeah, 100%.
So this one, I'm
get
going
rid
to
of that
come
one.
here and say, just because I don't want to kill it, I just want to hide it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And then on body, I'm going to add a new chaos cloth component. And it should be nested. It is. And
Yes.
now we simply this
Find
is
the asset.
here.
It's in MetaHuman, TechWare outfit, cloth assets. No, it's lower down. It's super far down for whatever reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Asset?
right there. Look at
Alright.
that.
So it should
And it's
be
called,
tech
if you wanted
something,
to, it's called TechWare.
right?
Yes. So the only issue here that I'm seeing, it's obviously prepared for types G and H.
Yeah.
Did you use the outfit? I think you clicked on the outfit. You need to do the CA, the asset.
All right.
Yep,
Oh.
one of those.
G and H.
Yep.
Oh. Kind of works.
That coincidentally fits her pretty well, actually. Wait, how? What? How?
I don't know.
Is it coincidence?
What if I use H? It's just a bit narrower, maybe.
It's coincidence. There's no way.
Now, nice
I'm
thing
being
about
tested
this
on
one.
my own end.
All right, let me
I
now.
can't believe that's coincidence. It's insane
All
if
right,
it is.
Let's go. Body. Let's open up the body. Let's open up the skeleton. Let's go to compatible skeleton, and we should search for scale. And really, there is this many skeleton already. Metahuman base. This one is in game. Metahuman common body. No, this is not the one. It should be. Dang it! Don't. All right, I'm gonna have to actually look for it. So let's close. Let's go engine. Let's search for Metahuman.
Oh, you're not doing anything? Come on. TechWare. Switch it.
Creator.
It doesn't switch. Huh. Interesting.
Skeletal mesh. Here we go. Yeah, this one. So where is your skeleton? So your skeleton is this. Metahuman base scale. This is the one that I must add here. So I have access to the and now it's safe.
Oh,
this
wow.
should be safe.
How?
So does it work?
It's trying. It's getting really close. Why? How?
Let's go.
I am
idle.
so confused.
Let's go ROM. Yeah.
This shouldn't work like this.
There we go.
This should not work like this. How? It doesn't
But it
make
is.
sense. How? Because here's the thing. This adapting to the metahuman body is what Chaos Outfit does.
Actually does,
not
right?
what Chaos Asset does.
Maybe I
Chaos
was lucky.
Outfit is fed by Chaos Asset, and then it translates and resizes, which is exactly how the metahuman creator works. Now, why are these Chaos Assets actually resizing is insane.
I don't know. Why are
I have
they
no idea.
actually assigning the skeletal mesh or creating a skeletal mesh for this instead of actually using the asset? It makes no sense. Is it that heavy, maybe?
What? Body shapes G, target mesh, render mesh. Oh, that might be how. But then what is the point of outfit? I am so confused. No, this has nothing to do with it. Oh wow, this is surprising. So wait, does that mean that any chaos asset will adapt correctly to any metahuman? That
Right.
doesn't make any sense.
I have a very short one here that is not her size, so we can actually test with her. So let's go back here and let's go
It does.
metahuman.
Oh, it does. Any chaos asset is being like adapted somehow. It doesn't match perfectly. What happened to you is that she's very thin. So it matches roughly the height. And since she's very thin, it's not a problem. My metahuman, which I made very fat on purpose,
Right.
it's matching the height. The shoulders are good, and some of the short shirt. Jesus, I forgot the word. It doesn't matter. This part of the shirt, it's matching correctly, but the fatness and the belly are not matching very well.
All right. You know
Wow,
what?
so it's like
I actually have the other one under it, and we can actually
It's
check
stretching.
the difference. So yeah,
It's
they are
stretching.
actually different. Look at this. It is not conforming to the shape of the
Yes,
body too much.
because it's stretching.
You see?
It's stretching it up. It's doing a scale. It's scaling it up to match the height.
And that's it.
It's not adapting it correctly. It's just matching the height.
Right. Right.
And I found the click. I found the bottom that does that. And if you check on the
Chaos
on
Club
the
here.
cloth asset, yeah, you find something called use attach parent as pose component. And if you turn it off, it should not match anymore. It's still matching, but on mine, it's going back to its normal size.
Look at that. Maybe.
Very interesting.
All right, let me try it on the little one here. So let's go. And in this case, I'm actually going to delete this. Can I? I cannot delete it from here. So what I'm going to do is actually visibility. And it's off. And this is going to be an actual mess because she's going to have like skin under. But let's see how good it's going to work. So, no, it should be under body.
Man, this is so
That-
cool.
Control rig. All right, that's my first issue with today's presentation. Like they actually started with the Witcher 4 and everything, right? And nanite foliage and faster streaming of static meshes. And the real meat and juice of this thing is metahuman and animations and a bunch of other stuff. And they didn't actually mention it too much at the start of the thing. That's why I think that they are preparing, the bed for something huge that is going to happen really soon, by the end of this year. Because it really is the only reason why it will actually make sense. All right, let me try that again.
It's honestly, it's the outfit and how it fits other metahumans. It's just massive.
Here we go.
This one's broken particularly, but massive. Honestly, massive.
Touch. G. Oh, look at that.
Right.
Awfully.
See? It's stretching it up and down. It's not doing it correctly. Literally scaling. If you try turning on the pose, what was the thing that I said? Use parent as pose.
No, it does nothing for me. I don't know.
Nothing happens. Wow, the changes on mine are gigantic.
Maybe it's where I actually I drop it on the body.
On the body. Nope. We're on the same.
Same,
Fine.
right?
Yes. We're doing the same thing.
That's
Mine
so
just
weird.
changes completely.
That is so weird. Well, it is broken, but not so broken. So who knows what is the deal with
Who
these
knows?
outfits?
When is that disconnection happening? Because
Can we
as we
know?
drag and drop it into MetaHuman Creator, it still retains its textures. But when we visualize it instantly in viewport, it just breaks.
So these output, can we actually?
You can do two things with that output. You could convert it to a skeletal mesh, or you could even assign this, as you were just doing, cloth asset, you can assign a chaos outfit instead of a chaos asset.
Oh, all right, get it. Good. So this is
But
the
this one would be weird because we have 4 arms, right?
yeah, exactly. Now, what would happen if I create a skeletal mesh?
It's
Just
gonna be 4 arms.
it's gonna be awful, but will it have textures?
That's a good question. Yeah, that was the test that I wanted you to do. Let's see.
All right.
I am willing to bet yes.
I'm gonna say
I'll put my marbles on yes.
I'm gonna say no. There is something here that is actually making the it is actually causing the issue.
That's a strange issue, huh? I love how they don't test this shit and they just send it out. They're like, yeah, fine.
I don't know. Maybe my say would be that it was tested on a prior version of the engine and it did work, and then on final day something changed, and that is going to cause issues. But that issue actually solved 4 more issues, and they say, well, 4 less
It's better
issues.
than this one.
It's
Yeah.
actually worth having 1 issue.
Yeah.
So that is how this thing happens.
All right, let's see that scaly mesh.
Here we go.
Oh,
And no,
no
doesn't
textures.
have. No skeletons, no textures,
And
full with
27
these things.
million.
Materials.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is where this is broken. Now, who is actually on top of these? Convert these. Like it should actually take these, but the thing is that this has so many,
Yes.
functions and stuff. Maybe
Yes.
maybe it's something around here that skeletal mesh to mesh makes that a flow, resizing weights. Who knows? Somewhere this thing is broken. There is something that is maybe not assigned. There is something that is around here that is not doing the correct stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What is the name of the materials? Maybe there is something there. So we can get rid of these 2, right? Let me close these, close that. So we can get rid of this. Both versions, the static mesh and the skeletal mesh, don't have the actual. What is this? And
That's the one you created. You just created that.
oh yeah, the actual skeleton.
Yeah.
The actual skeleton gets assigned as soon as you open it up because it doesn't have one assigned to it.
Yes.
All right.
Which is very dumb since you are telling it to take it from the previous skelly mesh. But what I found is you simply assign the base metahuman skeleton and it works.
Look at these. It does have like 2 materials, one for G and one for H. And then you have like pants for MH, and then you have techwear for MH. So, no, and you have shoes for MH. What would happen? Oh, wait. Oh, I see. They're all for MH. But why do you have 2 of these? Oh, it says body shape G, and the other one is body shape H.
I found the problem.
Where is it?
If we read the fab text on description, it says, please follow the instructions to successfully import the outfit with the correct textures.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And what are the actual?
The instructions are download the .mhpkg from this fab listing. So you got to go outside of Unreal.
Wait.
Create a folder called outfit in your content folder if you don't already have one. Create a folder in outfits called techwear outfit. Drag the OA techwear outfit.mh blah, 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 blah into the folder. It should unpack there. Drag the WI underscore OA techwear outfit in the outfit clothing, blah, blah, blah. All of those is what I'm reading. Yeah. So it's not that straightforward, I guess.
But you know what? It's weird. Why? Why? Why would
Folder
you?
structure? Maybe folder structure, because the problem right now is that when you downloaded it from Fab, it created a Fab folder, then a
Right.
MetaHuman folder, And then
Yeah.
inside that one is the one that's called TechWear Outfit. And they are
Right.
asking for content outfits, and then within outfits, a
Right.
TechWear outfit.
Can we do this right here? Because I think we can actually
I don't
move
know.
stuff
That's also
around.
another test, right? So it's just to brute force it.
Yeah, let's see. So we're going to create a new folder that should be create a folder for outfits. All right, done.
Yeah.
With capital O. That is going to be your drag. Because now you need to actually change the name and hit F2. All right. Plural. It is.
0 comments. Wait.
All right. So then create a folder called outfits in content outfit.
Product discussion. This is new.
The what? Oh, yeah,
You can comment on things.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It was announced like a couple of days. So drag the package into, and it should unpack there.
Another folder. You need to create another folder. Did you create it?
Oh, the actual TechWear outfit.
Yes, exactly. A new folder inside outfits called TechWear Outfit.
There we go.
The only problem is that we don't have OA_TechWear Outfit .mh package because we didn't download the package.
My thinking is that is this thing. So I'm gonna
I think
copy
it's
it,
everything in there, all 3 assets.
and what I'm gonna do is delete this and paste this. Can I paste? No, you cannot. Sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. That's weird. So let's copy here. Ready? So now we have an outfit, and everything seems to be inside here. So let's save everything. This is my guess. That is the same, like everything. It is just in the wrong place, as you just said.
Did you send the other 2 assets to?
No, because it doesn't says here. It says that you should
It
move.
does say at the end. It says drag the WIOA TechWear outfit into the outfit section of the MetaHuman creator. If you didn't bring it over, you won't be able to do so.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna have to do this again.
I think we have it, right? It's it called WI?
No, wait. I'm gonna grab these, delete it again.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is called WI.
And I'm gonna, delete everything. And let's go one more time. Everything. Like
All 3,
this.
yes.
And let's have a copy here in outfits.
In the one inside, not there.
In the one that is called outfits, no?
No, inside, in the TechWear blah blah.
No. It is just one recursion. So it is outfit and then tech outfits.
Right, but you don't.
According to this.
Where is the folder inside outfit? Oh, I know what you're saying. All right,
Right.
maybe.
So let's create a copy. It's already there. Yeah. Everything is here.
All right, and now it's saying that you should drag and drop it into MetaHuman Creator.
Yeah, this one and not the other one. Now, what if I already dropped the wrong one?
Yep, that's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, that's going to be a thing, right? So maybe we're going to have to rename it. I don't know. All right, let's try it. So let's go here. Let's try it on this new one. Maybe it's not going to be on this one because, right? Nope. Here and down there is not. All right, so it's per MetaHuman asset. So.
Or since you moved it, it doesn't know where it is.
No, I
anymore.
copy it. I have now 2 copies.
Oh, you have 2 copies. Okay.
Yep. So now we should go outfits and let's grab this one, right? The outfit or
Yes.
the AO.
The WI.
WI. Drop in here. Double click on it.
Nope.
And still no textures. So maybe I'm not that smart. By just copying it, it might not be doing what is expected to do.
Yeah.
Let me just check something. In the reference viewer, you are connected to these, and where are you? Yeah, that's the issue. Like I copy it, and so what I need to do is to move it. Can I delete this? Oh, you can actually delete those. And close this and don't save it. Or, you know what? I should have not deleted before I take it out. Oh my God, what did I do? All right, I'm gonna do it again. So now if I do this, all right, it's off. Now I can delete it. I can delete it. All right, good. So the thing is that it is still, you know what? It may be already broken now that I'm thinking of. It is already broken because it's actually trying to find, or maybe not. All right, let me try it one more time. Who gives a damn? Oh, this thing gets really, really complicated really, really fast, ain't it? All right, always struggling to make something work here. Why, oh why? If I move it, it might change all the, yeah. So let's actually move it there. So now it's gonna have all the references within the new path, which means that, yep, this is gonna happen for sure. So now I'm going to go here and update redirector references, delete unused references. So now FAP should be, yeah, it says that it's empty, but it didn't remove the references. But now if we go to outfits, these, if we go to the actual reference of this thing, it should be good.
It needs a second folder.
See? Now it is in outfits, attachwear, outfits, materials, blah, 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 blah. So now it should be right. Let's try it one more time and see if this makes a difference. Let's go MetaHumans, you guy. And it crashed. Did I say?
I got it to work by doing what they say that you need to do, download the DMH package. But what I did notice is that you need a double up on folders. So you were saying you don't need to create the second folder techwear outfit. You do, or at least it worked for me as I did it. So you need to create outfits, techwear outfit, and then you, inside that new techwear outfit folder, you drag in the MH package. And it's going to create a third techwear outfit. So there's double ups of techwear outfit folder. But I did that and it worked actually. I'm seeing the texture.
Let's see. Oh my God. All right.
So you could try manually creating that second techwear outfit folder and dragging everything inside and see if that actually works.
But I can't.
Well, yeah, because it's the same name. So
I
rename the first one.
So let's see. All right, I'm going to try this one. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to try to do it again. Again, open up, don't crash. And it's going to crash. Oh, it opened. All right. Let's go down. Let's open this up. Content, outfits, and you, and boom, no texture. So you are completely right. Take it out, delete it. Don't close it because, and now what I'm gonna do is actually create another folder and I'm gonna move everything here inside here, move there. I'm just gonna leave behind all the folders because yeah, that's how these rolls nowadays. And after I move everything, I'm gonna rename this one. So now let's actually go here, do cleanup, no cleanup. All right, everything seems to be inside here. So these I can delete. Yeah. So let's review how many tech outfits we should have. So these should be the same name, right? So we have content, outfits, tech wear something something outfit, and then inside that is where the actual. Oh my God, this thing is struggling to change names. All right. Damn redirectors, man. This thing. Yeah, now I know that this thing is going to be completely broken. All right, so it's outfits, tech-wear outfits, tech-wear outfits, and this is the one that should work.
And those two should be there, and then you drag the WI.
All right.
Yes.
This thing is not going to work at all.
I don't think so, but
No.
we may as well try.
Imagine.
Oh!
Fuck it. Look at that. All right, so you can do it from the inside. It could be an inside
You can do
job.
it in engine. Yes. It's a bit annoying, but you can.
It's very annoying. It's a lot of annoyingness. And it's weird because 100% of the things that you get from Fab, they're not inside Fab, a Fab folder. Like if you download like a content or something, it would be in its own content. Like if you were downloading it from the launcher or something like that, right? So in this case, it's actually treating it like if it is like a Quixel stuff, that it's inside Fab and then Quixels and then, blah, blah, blah.
I have not seen anything from Fab that is not in the Fab folder.
Oh, no, everything. Like if you download like the Nova stuff, like if you come here, add and Fab, and you get the new stuff. Where is it? Yeah, like for example, these Namaqualand and stuff like that. If you click here, it's gonna actually download it inside the content, not inside Fab and Namaqualand stuff. So only if you go to Quixel Megascans and you download something from here, weirdly enough, the actual assets are not here. Somebody actually told me in a video, like I actually converse with videos. No, Salomon actually did a video saying that if you go up here and you go back and you go to Quixel Bridge, now everything from Quixel Bridge is for free again. Yeah, we went 180, 360. we went to the start.
Yeah.
So now if you have like an account that didn't acquire like all of this stuff, it's now free for everybody again. So that is what my guess is, that this thing is not right now here. I don't know why. Like I don't see everything that I got from, or maybe I'm stupid.
So 3D, and then if you type Quixel.
Yeah. So if you
It seems you're right.
yeah, if you go to browse Quixel, like all the different assets and textures and stuff should be here, right? But they're not. There are just 5 3D and environments, but not actual this stuff anymore. Like they reverted back.
They forgot one. They forgot the rusty metal panel.
Are you on your side, really?
Yeah, if you type Quixel in Fab, in all products,
But it's not here.
type search in the search bar. Search for Quixel.
Here?
Yep.
Quixel.
Yep.
No.
Outside of this, so not in your library.
Here?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there are.
Oh no, there they are.
But all right, I'm not gonna be even discussing.
Oh no,
Fab,
yeah, there they are.
because
They're all in
it's
there.
a freaking train wreck. It is what it is. Sorry, but it is what it is. So it's very, like, the only good thing about Fab that they say this time around was that now outfits, metahuman outfits, are gonna be in Fab. Like that is the only thing good that they could say about Fab, to tell you the truth. They say that it's an ongoing, and it's gonna get better. That was the actual mentions of Fab. Now there are outfits and there are improvements, and it's going to get better.
So you're saying that this download that you're getting is not going to go into a fab folder.
No.
You're saying that it's going to have its own folder.
Yeah, it's going to land outside here, not inside like Fab. Now I can actually delete this whole thing. All right, so we make something work today. Oh my God, I'm so happy. So now we just need these to download and prepare, like, assemble a metahuman and see if the thing actually works and how good it will fit into, this character. Now, this is the next challenge, is to actually convert these. I don't think that the actual boots are going to work at all, because there are, for some sort of Chinese torture, the lengths of the feet inside these boots. But my guess is that
sculpt them.
yeah, I think like it has some intricate, meshing and stuff here that I believe that it's going to be like, it's not going to be easy. And the other thing is that it is an actual high heel, so I don't know how to actually make those works here.
Well, you would push both the heel and the top on the tip of the shoe to make them flat. So get rid of the high heels, pretty much.
Dude, these models have so much details, dude. It's really mind blowing.
Yeah.
Like, why would these be here? Like, who actually approved these? Like, no, we need more laces. Like, where in the heel? Oh yeah, you're right.
Literally the worst place ever to have laces.
It makes so much sense, right? But yeah, I'm in love with these characters, to tell the truth. Here we go. So here it is. Content immaculate.
Look at that. Well,
So only Quixel stuff was landing into the Fab folder, and now I don't know if you actually get. I'm sure that if you actually download something from Quixel from Fab, it's gonna land inside the Fab folder. So yeah, so yeah, that's where we are right now, and let's go here. All right, let's go to this contest and try it again.
you notice that we got a new unsaved little button.
The
A
what?
little asterisk now
Oh,
for
yeah.
unsaved. Is
It's
new.
like huge. It's like a huge asterisk.
It's huge. It's like, remember, please.
Yeah, and I think that they actually did the same with everything that has to do with source control. Like all the icons are different. I saw a little bit of those in one of the presentations, and they're really a bit different. All right, so here we go. Hair and clothing, because it makes sense to have both in the same place. Let's delete this, open these. Let's go content, outfits, and touch wear, and you go there and double click, and it's broken again. Are you kidding me? Content, outfit. Oh, wait, there is something wrong here. Outfit, touch wear, outfit. Isn't this one? One more time. And no, still broken. Why? I don't know. Maybe because
Unreal.
yeah, this metahuman was kissed by the devil. The first time that the other one, right, was good. All right, let me do this. I'm gonna open these up. Let's see if we can make this work. So remove these and close these, because maybe it's being lazy and it's not refreshing the stuff. So I'm gonna save it and reopen it, and let's see if that actually makes it work. There we go. It takes so long to open this thing. All right, there we go. So this one is good. This one is good. Let's remove it. That's fine. Now, one more time. Outfits, touch, you, you, and you. It's not working.
Oh no.
Who knows why?
Oh
All right,
no.
you can actually mess up stuff this way. Anyway, I can actually export hair DNA and create a new metahuman like that, and it's going to be a fresh one, and that's going to be fixed. But I'm not going to do it right now because it's late. My kittens are already in beast mode, meowing alongside me like that. You should go to bed. Right, there are tons and tons of stuff to actually review. There are some very cool animation stuff that everybody's going to be so happy to actually have, like the tween stuff, like the motion trail are amazing. I think that they could add a couple of new things into that motion trail because now you still need to actually move each frame. It would be nice if you could do a bit of it of like a tween motion, but for the full, curve, like you can have like a zone of influence as you're moving stuff. So you don't have to move like each key on its own.
Each keyframe.
But I think it's really, really cool. Like there are, very, very new and very good stuff. The only thing that I'm very doubtful is that language about 5.6 plus, and it's gonna be ready before Christmas. And so, who cares if something is gonna be ready before Christmas? Are you gonna have 5.7 this year, or
Yes.
is it gonna be like a patch? I think they can patch stuff, but they won't add anything.
I think we're gonna see 5.8 or 5.9 by the end of the year. I think we're gonna go that far. 5.5 wasn't released that long ago.
Yeah, you know what? Someone also went through that thing. Let me. It was him. Let's actually go back a bit. Here we go. So here they are. 5-0, April the 5th, 2022. The same 2022. So from April to November, we actually got 5.1. So we're in June, we're not in April, but I don't think that by the end of this year, we're going to have like a new version. Maybe like a preview version, if we're lucky. I don't know. Then from November to May, that thing was really rushed, right? Because it was like December, January, February, May, 4 months, and we already have 5.2.
6 months in between 5.1 and 5.2, and then there were 4 months between 5.2 and 5.3.
Then
and
on
then
the
there
same
were
year,
around
May,
7 in between 5.3 and 5.4, and there were 7 between 5.4 and 5.5. So if we go between 6 and 5, we should be seeing 5.7 realistically, not 5.8 by the end of this year.
So it's not a full year development. So we have
Nope.
we have a
Not
presentation, we always have like a new version for Unreal Fest, and then we have like an inter-year something, right?
Yeah, we have a baby version.
So we can say the April one wasn't an Unreal Fest, November 15 was not, May wasn't an Unreal Fest, September it was not, April was in an Unreal Fest. I remember that one. It was really close to GDC, and then in November 5.5 was like announced, like, yeah, go play with it on this December. And then 5.6 is on a Unreal Fest. So that means that, yeah, so it makes sense now that they were actually saying that it was going to be fixed or added on 5.7 at the end of the year. All right, so we're going to have a new version of Unreal Engine before the year ends. That is nonsense.
I think so.
So the actual probability of having something around 5.10 and that will be it.
Well, 5.10 shouldn't
next
exist.
year?
We should get 6.
Yeah, but we did have 4.10 and 4.11 and then
Yeah,
4.20.
but we were super far away from 5 at that point. We are not that far away from 6 at this point.
Yeah, because that's the thing. So if we can say, right, to finish and rounding up today's live, if we say that what they want out of Unreal Engine 6 is multi-threading for most things that are very complex and that they want to take out of the game thread. So that means animation should be out, and AI, right? Like math and simulations and all that stuff, they want it out. And that's it. And they are already, announcing it. Like those three things were announced today. So that means that the only thing that will separate Unreal Engine 5 from 6 is going to be merging it with UEFN, which means
Probably.
that it's going to be, you're not going to be able to use normal LODs. So that is going to be out of the way. You're not going to be baking lights inside Unreal Engine. That is out of the way. So that is going to finally answer the big question of having light bakes with Lumen on. So that is not going to happen at all. That is out of a window right now. So by the time we get to 6, we can say goodbye to almost everything that made Unreal Engine 4 Unreal Engine 4, which means we're not going to have static type of lighting. Everything is always going to be Lumen on, right? You can choose between having software and ray trace Lumen if you want to, right? If you want to save a little bit of resources. All meshes are going to be nanite, and you're not going to be baking anything on it. And you know what? If you think about it, we're not going to have blueprints because there are no blueprints in UEFN. There is only
Well, but you're thinking that they're
verse.
going to be merged and then UEFN will take over. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think what we're going to have is the ability to choose which engine to be running or which engine to download or which engine to get. But they're going to be the same thing if you want to. I think there's going to be like a sort of mode. So go enter UEFN mode or enter UE mode. If they get rid of blueprints, they're killing half the world with video game development. They can't get rid of blueprinting.
You know what? I would say this because it makes no sense. Having right now, they have like two separate, even though they are really similar, they have two separate development teams right now. One is working in Unreal Engine 5 and the other one is working in Unreal Engine for Fortnite. That economically makes no sense. That, I don't know how much time you really, or how much money you have to afford that. Because you're doing exactly the same. It has like the same, end objective, and that is to make games. And the games inside UFN are getting more and more like Unreal Engine games, even though they are still going to be just produced for the island, and they need to go through Valkyria and all the asset validations and all that thing, right? So it has like only one platform. Not platform, market. Yeah, it would be like, market, universe, whatever it is, whatever Fortnite is, right? As a platform for online experiences. So I don't know, man. I think it may diverse into having a UEFN that can produce for other platforms that are not just Fortnite, and that is going to be Unreal Engine 6.
We'll see.
I don't know. We should wait. I don't know if it happened today, if there was the actual Unreal Engine for virtual production, right? There is always like a few talks about that. But so far in the presentation, there was zero squat. At least if you're not counting, animation stuff and
everything was
UI,
games.
UX, everything was games. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, you do have the schedules at some point. At the end of any of the lives, you have the schedule for tomorrow. But I just looked over it pretty quick.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, you have it right there.
Oh, it died. It's dead. All right, here it is.
No, that's today.
At the end, you have all 3 days?
It's at the end, all the way to the end. It has right there. That one. Yeah.
All right.
So that's tomorrow.
Oh, here we go. So this is the one for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? This was actually announced a year ago in last Unreal Fest that there were turning on physics on UEFN. That's a thing that was missing in UEFN, and that's what I'm telling you, man. Really, they didn't put anything into UEFN that wasn't supposed to be part of Unreal Engine 6. For example, they didn't add physics because they said it makes no sense to have physics in it if it's single threaded and it's not going to allow us to get to the millisecond count, right? The final frame rate budget. So they didn't put it in. Now they have a new one that should be multi-threaded, right? And that should be actually going to work. Procedural oriented environment with PCGs, new techniques in building UI in UEFN. 4.9 meets ASR. All right. Worlds, McLaren, power up your realistic lightweight, a GPU technical retrospective. I know that this is math. A GPU technical retrospective. This is math. Unreal Animation Framework. Nope.
They're going to be talking about that one, creating shorts and cinematics.
And state of virtual production.
And then the state of virtual production.
That's all. So that is M&E for you, gentlemen.
Real-time audiovisual mechanics and Epic Chat with Dead Mouse. That's for probably live concerts and things like that. 25 ways to stylize a project. Why not? The one on top of the one you have selected right now, it says Avowed. So we're going to be talking about Avowed, which was a massive disaster.
Yeah.
Not from a tech perspective. So they're probably going to be talking about the tech perspective of it because it did run, from what I heard, it ran very well. And it was actually very pretty. But the problem wasn't that. The problem was they had no soul.
They're just repeating the same recipe. And at some point people are... why they would play that if they have the other thing?
I want to see. So tomorrow is going to be live stream 3 all day for me because the first one says larger than life personas with metahumans and AI tools. I want to see what's all that about. Then rigging, obviously, creating shorts, obviously, state of production, obviously, stylized. Let's go. The last one probably I wouldn't care, but the first 4, oh boy.
Maybe.
And there's one that says realistic and lightweight baked water simulations for games because they were talking about baking liquids. Yeah. And I want to know more about that.
Baking liquids that still react. That is going to be amazing.
Yes, exactly. That's the part that's like, what? How?
Yep. That is going to be magic.
Black magic.
All right, dude.
All right.
We did it. Oh my God. I don't know. Maybe we can share again on Thursday. I think it's going to be a good day for new developments and new stuff. If you have time.
If it is Thursday, it has to be at 7 for us. And then if that's okay, then yes, 100%.
No, that's
so it's
perfect.
going to be 1 hour earlier than today.
Yeah, it's going to be 6 for everybody else. So I think it's going to be
6 EST. Yes.
Yep. So that is going to be more than fine.
Let's do it.
Look at your...
Look at that. My little niece.
Yeah, your niece.
Little Georgie. Hello. That's Georgie, right?
No, that's the thing one.
Oh, it's Fred. Yeah. I saw the tail going up and backwards, and I thought it was a little piggy tail.
No, that's El Flaquito.
El Flaquito.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing everything that you know today, and that we actually kind of fix, the clothing issue. It's settled, right? This is the new way. This is the way of the warrior. I know that you're preparing your new tutorial. That is going to be, it still have like a last step to actually be fixed, right? In terms of, that thing is spitting out the skeletal mesh instead of the outfit. So what you want is the actual outfit, right? Because you have like tons of simulations in your outfits and all that stuff.
The one thing that I couldn't figure out yet is how to translate the simulation from the original cloth asset to the resized version into a new metahuman body. That is my last frontier.
Oh,
Now,
all right.
I think I won't wait until I figure that one out, because it could be one of 35 million things.
Yeah.
So I'll simply make, I'll try tomorrow. I didn't try today because I spent 7 hours looking at things in Unreal, so I was burnt out.
Yeah.
But I think what I'll do is I will try and see if the painting of the sim part that I did on the original can be copy pasted into the resized. And if it can, it's not that terrible. If it can't, that's extremely annoying, because the simulation will not be 1-to-1.
Yeah.
So I'll have to figure out a way of doing that.
All right.
But
All
that's
right.
that. We'll
So
talk on Thursday. We'll see if I manage to do that by Thursday.
perfect. Perfect. All right.
All right.
Thank you very much, Franco.
All right, brother.
All right. And for everybody else who actually got to this part, thank you so much for actually staying. And yeah, love you all and be good to each other. And I see you when I see you. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.